Hi everyone, in this lesson we're going to look at converting percentages to fractions. So let's look at our first example. Here we have 20%. Let's start off by defining the word percentage. So if you watched our previous lesson, we already defined what the word percentage means, but per means out of and cent means 100. So percentage means out of 100. Let's use that definition to help us convert 20% to a fraction. 20% means 20 out of 100. I can then simplify this fraction, so you might spot that they have a common factor of 10, and that's great, but they also have a common factor of 20, so I can divide through by that on the numerator and on the denominator to create an equivalent fraction. 20 divided by 20 is 1, and 100 divided by 20 is 5. So 20% is 1/5 as a simplified fraction. Next one, I've got 36%. Let's start off by writing that as 36 out of 100. And then we'll try and simplify. I can see that 36 and 100 are both even numbers, so I know that they're at least divisible by 2. And what I'll then do is I'll check, are they divisible by anything else that's in the 2 times tables but it's greater than 2? Well, they're both divisible by 4. I'll divide through by 4 on the numerator and denominator. 36 divided by 4 is 9, and 100 divided by 4 is 25. So 36% is 9/25 as a simplified fraction. Pause the video and give these 2 questions a go and leave your answer as fractions in their simplest form. All right, let's run through it. So 75% is 75 out of 100. 75 and 100 share a highest common factor of 25. 75 divided by 25 is 3, and 100 divided by 25 is 4. Next one, 15% is 15 out of 100. Divide through by 5 on the numerator and denominator. I know they're divisible by 5 because this ends in a 5 and this ends in a 0. 15 divided by 5 is 3. And 100 divided by 5 is 20. So 15% is 3/20. Next examples, we've got 1%. That is simply 1 out of 100. Nice and easy one there. Here we have a decimal in our percentage. We'll treat it in the same way to begin. 42.5% means 42.5 out of 100. In order to simplify this fraction, I'm going to start by removing that decimal point, and I can do that if I multiply both the numerator and denominator by 10. On the numerator, I'll do 42.5 multiplied by 10 to give me 425. And on the denominator, I've got 100 multiplied by 10 to give me 1,000. Then what I want to do is I want to divide through by their highest common factor. Now I know that this is divisible by 25. And the reason I know that is because 100 is divisible by 25. Therefore, 400 will also be divisible by 25. And this is 425, so it's just 125 more than something that's already divisible by 25. So I can divide this by 25. Let's be a little bit clever about how we do this. Let's use what we've already written up here. 100 divided by 25 is 4. So 400, so 4 times as many hundreds, divided by 25 is going to be 4 times greater than this. It's going to be 16. Therefore, 425 divided by 25, well, I've just got one more 25 than I had before, so it goes in one more time. It goes in 17 times. If I've divided by 25 on the numerator and denominator, that's going to give me 17 over, and let's do a little bit of smart calculations to work out 1,000 divided by 25. Well, we know 100 divided by 25 is 4. But have a think what 1,000 divided by 25 is going to be. Well, the answer to that question is how we relate 100 to 1,000. 1,000 is 10 times bigger. In other words, 25 is going to go in 10 times more than it did to 100. My answer is 40. So 42.5% is 17 over 40. Pause the video and give these 2 questions a go. So the first one's 11%. So that is simply 11 over 100. 11 is a prime number, so I can't simplify this fraction any further. Then we have 3.6%. Let's start by writing it as 3.6 over 100. Then we'll multiply by 10 to remove that decimal point. That gives us 36 over 1,000. And I'll check to see what they're divisible by. I know they're both even numbers because they end in a 6 and a 0 respectively. If they're divisible by 2, I then want to check if they're divisible by 4, and I know that I can divide 36 by 4, so they are. I'll divide through by 4. 36 divided by 4 is going to be 9. And then let's have a quick think what 1,000 divided by 4 is. Well, I know 100 divided by 4 is 25. Therefore, I can use that to work out what 1,000 divided by 4 is. Well, to go from 100 to 1,000, I've multiplied by 10. So if I'm dividing a number that's 10 times larger by 4, I'm going to get an answer that's 10 times larger than 25. The answer is 250. I'll then check and see if they're divisible by anything else. I can think 9 is divisible by 3, 25 is not divisible by 3, therefore that's my answer. So 3.6% is 9 over 250. Our last examples for this lesson involve some recurring digits. So here we have 166.6 recurring. I'm going to think of this slightly differently to before. I'm going to think of it as 100% add 66.6%. I know that 100% is equal to 100 out of 100. So just using that definition of the word percent, percent means out of 100. So 100% means 100 out of 100. And then when it comes to the 66.6 recurring, I need to recognize that as the decimal 0.6 recurring, which is equivalent to the fraction 2/3. So 66.6% is 2/3 as a fraction. 100 over 100 is 1. 1 add 2/3 is 1 and 2/3. I can turn that into an improper fraction if I so wish. 1 and 2/3 is going to be equal to 3 over 3. That's the 1 rewritten as a fraction out of 3. Add on my 2/3. So that gives me a fraction of 5/3. But either this answer or this answer would have been fine. Pause the video and give this question a go. All right, let's run through your answer. So we've got 244.4%. Let's start by writing that as 200% add 44.4%. The 44.4 recurring percent. 200% is 200 over 100, and 44.4 recurring percent I should recognize as being equal to 0.4 recurring. Just simply divide by 100 to turn it into a decimal. And 0.4 recurring is equal to 4/9, like that. Then I'll say 200 over 100 add 44.4 recurring percent, which is 4/9. 200 over 100 is 2. So that's 2 and 4/9. And then I can turn it into an improper fraction. I'll do 9 multiplied by 2. That gives me 18. Write that over 9. That's a quick trick. All it's done is it's turned 2 into a fraction out of 9. Of course, 18 divided by 9 is 2, so that's all I've done there. Add on my 4/9. 18 add 4 gives me 22 over 9. So that's my final answer, 22 over 9. If you're using our lesson booklets, you can now complete exercises 1 to 4. Thank you for watching the video.